Folks, Joey Tipton here, along with my sidekick down there, Keith Adcock, and as promised, we are bringing you high school game day, Roane County style.
Right here at Jerry Duncan Ford in Harriman, Tennessee.
Beautiful downtown Harriman, where we stack them deep.
Sell them cheap.
That's right. Not only do we stack them deep and sell them cheap, we got a few coaches with us today.
Yeah, they're stacked deep and they're not cheap.
No, they're not. I can attest for that, folks. Folks, we exciting time here in Roane County. I mean, we all look forward to high school football Friday nights, lining it up and just getting out there and seeing who's better at doing what.
Certainly are. And Jody, it's great to have these three guys, and had one more before this, but if you don't know it, Brian Pinky, the biggest one sitting over there by Jody, and to my left right here, Mr. John Webb, the dean of coaches in Roane County.
The dean.
And the guy in the middle. And he's going to be in the middle all year because he's got a football team. That's Mr. Travis Tapp out of Harriman High School.
A lot of talk going to be coming out of Harriman this year, Keith. Seeing the Jamboree the other night and looked pretty good, Dad.
Well, it's Jamboree, don't mean anything, so, it's still talk until you get on the field and play, so that's what we'll be waiting on.
Now, I've seen you put teams out there, and you can tell me Jamboree all you want to. When you lace them up, you go out there and win.
Yeah, I think we're all competitive.
Exactly.
When you're out there on the field, you want to compete. And that's what I tell mine, when you get between them lines with whoever, if I put my wife out there, I expect you to tackle.
Exactly.
She gets between them lines. So, yeah, we're all competitive. And, at anything, and that's the way I know these guys are the same way. If we were playing each other in marbles, we're going to beat each other.
Cool. Big game tomorrow night. Well, it'll be tonight as you're watching this. Rockwood Midway kicking us off this year. And as he said, we talked to Coach Minton, first year coach at Midway. We talked to him a little earlier. And Coach Webb, what's your thoughts going into opening up the season?
Well, you really don't know where you're at, at this point in time of the season. It's always exciting. You work so hard, throughout the winter and spring and summer, and work so, hard all fall. And, to this point, we really don't know exactly where we're at, so we're excited about, getting kicked off and, see where we're going to go, with this football team. Hopefully we'll be able to go out and be able to compete and play well. That's what we're all looking forward to. But, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's one game out of the year that, we've got to take and try to do the best we can with it.
Coach, you bring in 12 seniors back from last year, 9 juniors, big class, 17 sophomores. That's huge for Rockwood.
Yeah, it really is. And they're staying together too. It's really good. I've lost one kid off that. I don't know exactly how many I had actually returned from last year's team, but I've got everybody back except one kid, and that's almost unheard of where I'm at.
Well, it is where you're at because your kids seem to go somewhere else.
Well, hopefully we've been able to shut the doors and keep them locked down this year, and keep them down there. But anyways, that's been part of it. We've battled that through the years and done okay, with it. We've been great, but we've been pretty competitive, and hopefully we'll continue to be.
Last year, 8-4 on the season, second round loss in the playoffs, so not like 21-7, in a different district this year. They kind of swapped some things around. Tell us a little bit about your district, and then we'll talk to other guys out there or something.
Well, again, we last year was in a very competitive district, and we feel like this year it's going to be the same way. And we're bringing back a few old rivals in the district that we played years ago. And these kids that we got right now, they don't remember, but us coaches has been there for a while. We all remember the Sweetwaters and Austin East and Auburn Springs, Warburg, and people like that. So it's really probably brought back some more rivalries for us. Some bigger games and county games, whatever. Again, it's going to be tough for us.
It certainly will be, but it's a good district to be in. I think that's some tough competition. You got rid of some folks and you got some back. Coach Tapp, one of the toughest districts in 1A football. You've got 3 powerhouses, Covell, Oneida, and Greenback, rated in the top 10 year in and year out. That's a tough district, but you're right in the mix of it.
Well, I know those 3 teams you mentioned all ranked in the top 10 in the state right now. And, it is tough. I don't know that this district you thought when they switched back to see it was going to get better. I'm not so sure it did. You know, and then Greenback was in the Upper East Tennessee district, and the day of the meeting they let them switch with Oakdale. So, you know, when you got that news, you were, you know, kind of hitched, because you already had Cofield 09 coming down Double A. So again, it's like Coach Webb said, we just got to go out there and compete. You know, we want to line up and compete, and it's time to get in or get out. You know.
You've got some good kids on that football team, maybe. Tell us a little bit about what you've done, where you're at this year with this football team. You're a big football team, a good offensive line, got some good skill players. What can we expect out of Harriman this year?
Well, so far we've got all 4 of our plays in.
We got all 4 of them now.
No, we're able.
Now wait a minute. Frankie flew a drone over there at practice this afternoon.
He said he was watching.
And he seen a triple reverse. He said, "I've never seen that." Out of town. But all jokes aside, go ahead.
Yeah, well,
I did see a forward pass.
Did you?
Yeah, and that's something, you know, we're able to do this year, so we'll do it. You know, my line, you know, I don't know how big they are. My right guard's about 175. So, you know, I don't know how big we are overall. So, you know, again, big or not, we got to line it up and play every week. So, you know, we hope to be able to do more things. Gives you a new dimension. It keeps the defense honest when you can do more than just run it between the tackles and play. But we're still going to do that. You know, you got to be physical to play football and run the clock.
Execution.
It is. It is. It's about execution and doing it the right way. And, you know, that's, again, you work all summer to get that right. You don't know what's going to happen that first ball game when they get out there.
No, you don't. Now, you and Coach Webb both run that, double wing formation. You guys like that. Frankie, God only knows what he runs, you know.
He's all over.
You don't have a clue what Coach Pankey's going to run over there. But, you know, that offense is tough to defend. And I'll move on a little bit, but it's similar. But you see a lot more schools going to that right now. They're kind of getting back to that and putting some wrinkles in on it.
Well, you know, football, it goes in cycles.
It does.
I mean, everything that you do, it goes in cycles. I think these guys will, you know, agree with me with that. And, you know, years ago, that's what everybody did. And then everybody went to the spread, and nobody knew how to defend it, all that stuff. And I always joke that, you know, everybody's going to the spread. You know, people lining up against us, they don't know how to defend the wing T. So I'm going to stick around. Well, and it's starting to come back around. You're starting to see more and more teams do it. You know, you go down to the state championship last year, and you start to see a lot more people getting up back underneath center and, you know, running power eye formations, options, and, you know, a lot of the counter stuff that me and Coach Tadlock does.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Big boy, get yours. We're finally going to ask you a question. I'm going to let Jody start off.
Okay.
And then I've got a tough one for you.
Okay.
Coach Pankey, it's exciting times in Kingston. See some improvements over at the field, and got a lot more out for ball this year. Got a big squad for Kingston, and, you know, been down the past few years. As far as I know, the only coach in the state that improved 300% from the year before.
Well, you know, when you go 0-10 in your first year back, and next year you win 3, that's pretty good.
Math in Kingston, that's 300%.
That's pretty good. I like it.
I like it too. I mean, I'm always looking for the positives, and I mean that's just something we got to build on. Got a little break in our schedule this year. We lost Catholic, but we gained some of our old rivals like Rockwood has and Harriman, and pretty tough schedule.
It is. I think last year, you know, the district went with Alcoa, CAK, and Catholic. You know, those are 3 powerhouses, and any one of those teams can win the state championship. So you throw Kingston there with them, and we're kind of a struggling program trying to get back on our feet. It's really tough. And our out-of-district games were Grace, Little City, Sequoia, along with Rockwood. I mean, I don't know if we had the toughest schedule in the state. It was definitely top 5.
Definitely tough schedule. Got a lot of returning starters. Paul Bowles, quarterback, of course, Love, Preston Evans there at running back, and Reese Langley, the other running back. Should have a pretty good pretty good skill players there to start out the season against Harriman. Is there anything that you look to excel in this year?
Well, this is by far the best group of skill that I've had since I've been there. And this is probably the best group of skill that Kingston had the last 5 or 6 years. But, we got Maurice Lane, who, is a really good player, Max Spellman, Preston Edmonds, Austin Davis. Pretty much all the skill players I had last year are back. They're older, they're more mature, and they're just better. They're better football players than they were last year. So we just want to improve, keep on competing. I don't know if we'll get Kingston back the way it was 20 years ago, but we want to be talked about that way. We want to be known as a football team that improves, that strives, and are committed to getting better and competing.
Before we go into really talking about this week's games, a topic I just want to touch on, I'd just like to hear your opinion, all three of you. Probably more affecting you than the other two, the public-private split. Will we ever get another opportunity to make that happen?
I think it will. Now, will it ever happen? I don't know, but I think this is a topic that will be talked about, this time next year, the year after, and really, it really affected me more so last year than it does this year because we had 2 private, CAK and Catholic in our division. But I don't know if they'll ever change it, but I definitely think it's something that's going to be continued to be talked about because private schools aren't getting any worse. Right. Private schools are getting better, and I know Kingston, Harriman, and Rockwood. I know Kingston. We just lost a kid to a private school 2 weeks ago. That was probably going to be a pretty good player for us. So I think as long as public schools keep losing kids to private, I think it's always going to be talked about.
Now, Coach Webb, I know in the past couple of years you had to play Boyd Buchanan in the playoff. So not as much during the regular season it affects you, but when you get in the playoff time, it factors in with Rockwood. What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, personally, I think that ship is sailed. I think NCAA has pretty much made it clear after deciding to do what they're going to do that they're going to do whatever they want to do, and it's not going to happen. They're going to always have an excuse to keep them in, and whatever. To me, if we're going to go this route, we need to throw every single one of them in there and just let us all play and. Just see what happens, and maybe some of these bigger schools that's got maybe a bigger voice than myself or Coach Tabb or Coach Panky, that maybe they'll start chiming in a little bit, and maybe that'll help some. I don't know, but right now I just don't see it happening.
Coach Tabb, your thought on the topic?
I agree with Coach Webb. We voted on this, and I think several years back, like 87% voted to split. I don't know why they asked us because nothing was done, and now they put 3 private members on the board. So I'm like him. I don't see it happening.
Now let's make one thing perfectly clear. We're not talking about a great deal of private schools. We're talking about 21, 22 private schools across the state of Tennessee that we're worried about in all this.
Right.
That's a shame because you've got the majority. What Coach said is 87%.
That's funny that you said that. That's the second time I've heard that. You go down and you vote. Well, then your vote is just taken into consideration by the board. Your vote really don't. I hate to say it, don't matter.
Right.
I mean, that's my understanding of it. That the majority can go in there and say, "Hey, we don't want them here. They need to be split." Well, then all they're doing is taking your vote to another board and saying, well, this is what they thought, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Here's the thing, too, and again, I think these guys will agree with me on this. We thought we had this done this time.
Right.
We thought it was going to go through until about a week before the vote. We knew what the scenarios could possibly be. We really thought we was going to have the vote. And about a week before, all of a sudden, now they come up with something else to throw in our house. And then now it sounds like a little better idea that they can make everybody happy. And they seem to think they're going to make everybody happy. They're not. They're just going to, what they've done now is they've admitted, to me personally, they've admitted that all these years it's been done wrong, and now they're going to try to make it right, and it ain't going to happen. I mean, it's never going to happen.
It's going to be a tough decision no matter what they do. It comes up again in December. I think it's going to be basically the same thing. They may tweak it a little bit. And Travis, if you look at some of that, if it did happen, if you look, especially with Clay's Avon, I'm probably not big for it in looking at where some of you guys are gonna have to go and play football. I mean, it's terrible. 10, 11 teams in the district, and you know, no outside folks, you gotta play. I didn't like that part of it all, but we can talk about it all night. It's not gonna change. It is what it is, and we're gonna have to live with it. That's my take on it. But I don't think it'll change come December either. When you're a representative who is representing a public school, but has spent the most of his career at a private school, now where do you think he voted? I'll rest my case. That's what happens here. So I'll hush. We'll go on and we'll talk football.
Yeah, we kind of hit a nerve.
Yeah, we did. We kind of hit a big one, but at least we know where everybody is. Coach Panky, I'm going to get back to you real quick. You run an entirely different offense than these two guys do. Tell us a little bit about that offense, the key players, and what you expect out of them.
Well, Coach Webb coached out both. They're physical, they're going to run right at you. Well, we are too. We're going to do it in a different formation. We're going to have 2x2s. We're going to go trips, but we're still a veer team. We're still a trap team. We're going to run power. We're going to run isolation. But with the athletes we have, we don't have that 6 foot, 220-pound bag that Kingston has had a history of having. Right. We've got a bunch of 5'10" guys, 180 that run pretty good. So what we try to do is get them out in space, spread the defense out, and then when they start spreading out, we try to get them inside a little bit. But we're still a power football team.
And it's going to come in defensively. Y'all going to get after people. You got a lot of speed defensively. They're going to go to the ball.
We do. Both my defensive ends, Cameron Sisler, Riley Adcock, probably the fastest.
That's no relation to me, I don't think.
I don't think so.
He's real good. I'm going to say yeah.
Well, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
His ears don't look big.
Yeah. But these two defensive ends are by far the fastest I've coached at Kingston. Both are very athletic. My secondary with Matt Spellman, Preston Evans. Preston Evans is a 4-year starter. Matt Spellman he started last year as a freshman. One of the best athletes on the team. Very smart players. They're not very big guys, but they're tough to throw the ball. They're both ball hogs, and they're really good back there.
Be interested as you tee it up right out of the gate with your compadre sitting right there, Mr. Travis Stout, Chairman Blue Devils. And Travis, you come in with a pretty good bunch of kids, and it's going to be hard-nosed football, but you've got one lineman in particular. A lot of folks have got a lot of interest in this kid. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, he's, anytime you got somebody 6'7", 300 pounds, they're going to be interested, especially when they can move. And he's, decided to go ahead and commit to Middle Tennessee State and go to play Middle Tennessee State. So he wanted to get that out of the way before senior year. And he's worked hard. These kids all have worked hard in there, and he's earned that. But again, we're pretty big up front. But I was seeing these guys the other night at that jamboree, and there's nobody around here small up front from what I see.
Most of them weren't. There were some pretty good sized kids on that football field at the jamboree. There really was. Coach, you'll put on Friday night, tomorrow night, or Friday night. This is next thing I'll get this straight. With Midway, on Thursday night, which will be tomorrow night. We'll air this tomorrow, I guess. But you open up with Midway, very young football team, and you head coach and Coach Ryan Minton, very excited down there about his football team and a lot of spirit. And I think that they're going to come at you with a lot of spirit. You may have to break that, but win, lose, or draw for either one of you, Midway's going to come play hard tomorrow night.
Yeah, they always do. It's a county game, county rival, and it's been something that we wanted to try to get back to, and we had the opportunity with switching back to the districts. We'll play on Thursday, and Cameron and Kingston will play on Friday, and for future reference, we hope in a couple of years, we can switch that. You all go Thursday, let us go Friday for a change. That's awful tough to get up and go in there on Friday morning, get 40 some odd kids, there at school, they're playing a long game like that. Because I know myself and I know these guys, we don't get a whole lot of sleep after games or whatever. But anyways, Midway, they got a really good football team. A lot of people think, they lost a lot of kids, and they did. They lost a lot of kids off last year's team. They got a lot of good players coming back, and I've seen them on film, and I've seen them in the jamboree, and they're going to be tough. And we better bring our A game tomorrow night. Be ready for it.
I think y'all had also Coach Panky. You're on defense. It's 3rd down and 7, and John Webb's football team's got the ball. What's he gonna run?
Boo. But that don't matter, because every year I play this guy, that's what I say. Guys, you want the boo, and guess what? They run it, it's a 10-yard game. First down. Hey, we ain't stopping Chet. I'm all over. We ain't stopping Chet.
I thought I'd just throw that in there. Hey,
We had to stop Chet.
I'm gonna probably run the freeze to try to get down to 3rd and 2.
Freeze is coming.
Coach Stafford, we're gonna wrap this thing up real quick, but your thoughts, opening up Kingston, good money game, and you should play it every year. I'm glad you are. Great job at getting your kids ready. Your thoughts on this football game?
Well, it's like you said, it's a huge game. With the way the districts worked out, you know, the way they do it now, where you go to the playoffs by what you do in your district, not your overall.
Right.
It made it better to do that and to play Kingston. Obviously, we're jumping up 2 classifications, but you know, it's Harriman Kingston, and it's fun for everybody in both communities. And I expect Coach Frankie's going to make a lot of money Friday night.
Well, and he's going to return that favor next year. Coach Frankie, your thoughts now? You heard his. You know, and we know you've been spying, okay, with the drums. But honestly, your thoughts on Friday night?
Well, I think Friday night's going to be a very physical game. I think both teams will be sleeping in Saturday morning, regardless of the outcome. But I think Coach Tapper had his kids ready to play. We came over to scrimmage last year, and you know, there was a lot of people there. And my kids were excited. His kids were excited. He was excited. I was excited. So, like he said, it's good for the community. It's good for kids, and it's good for arguments. You know, so I mean, you know, all week long, there's a bunch of talk that's been going on. But you know, like I told my kids, like Coach Tapp told his, it don't matter what happens. When that horn goes off at 7:30 at Dr. Nat Sugarman, then all the talking stops. And what you do out here, as far as executing and doing what we do, that's going to determine the outcome. And I'm telling you something, Herman's got a good football team. They do. They got a dang good football team, and we're going to be in for all we want Friday night. We just got to come out ready to play and execute and see what happens.
See what it's let it fall where it may. Right now we're all going down and eating pizza afterwards, right? Is that what it is? Well, it's always
He's
Frankie's mine. So Frankie's mine. It's an honor to have you guys here with us at Jerry Duncan Ford for High School Spotlight. I'll have you guys, John, tomorrow night on radio, WECO 101.3. Get you two on Friday night. I think I've got you about 3 more times this year. So a lot of radio going on with you guys, and it's always great to do it. Thank you for being a part of it, Jody.
Folks, we appreciate you tuning in, coaches. Thank you so much. Good luck to each and every one of you. There's only one game a year I don't pull for you. That's when you play us. But other than that, I'm 100% behind you guys. Appreciate you coming out, folks, and being a part of this. I hope we get to expand this even more and do some other things maybe out in the community. Exciting night. I'm ready.
It is, and we appreciate all of you coming by. Thank you to Marty Duncan for allowing us to do this. And folks, this has been the Jerry Duncan Ford Lincoln High School Football Preview. We hope you've enjoyed it. Good night. Have a great evening. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to a high school football preview right here at Jerry Duncan Ford. Keith Adcock along with Jody Tipton. Sitting in tonight with us, Coach Ryan Minton of the Green Wave of Midway High School. And to my right, big old boy sitting over here, Mr. Zed Collier, the left tackle, I should say, for Midway, one of the seniors on this football team. And Coach, first year as a head coach at Midway this year. Got a lot of young players on this football team, but a lot of excitement about this. Tell us a little bit about your football team this year.
We're a young team. I mean, we're mainly sophomores and juniors, but we're a quick team. We have some quickness, we've got some excitement, and we're a big family. I mean, there's about 30, 35 of us, and we just hang out all the time, spend time together. And that's kind of the best thing we've got going for us, is that we all look out for each other and hang out together.
I know you've had a lot of work done. You had a pretty good spring. You come in fall. Tell us about your fall practice. I know you've had a couple of scrimmages and a jamboree. I know you're having to rebuild that offensive line this year, and that's a big task.
Yeah. First thing when I got hired was I hired another coach, offensive line. It's Tommy Defoe. He was the head coach in Union County for a few years. And he has done a fantastic job of getting linemen excited about being linemen. The work that he's put in, you can tell. The linemen's really firing off. They're doing what we're asking them to do, they're trying, and that's kind of been the biggest positive that we've seen in this fall practice session. It's just the line's coming along well. And in our scrimmages, you've kind of seen it each game, and then the jamboree, they really gelled together. So.
And it was good to get the jamboree in, but it was good to get scrimmages in. But Seth, I'm going to go back to you just a second. You anchor that line. You're the senior. You're the leader of this football team. How does it feel to be the guy? And they're all going to look at you and say, what do we do?
Well, it's a lot of pressure, but hopefully by leading by example and they'll follow. Just got to stay cool and keep everything together.
And it's going to work out that way. It really will. And I know it's your senior year. A lot of schools already kind of got your name written down, looking right now. So I know that you're looking forward to a big year this year with Midway. Certainly a huge one. Coach, I know you've got a big game coming up on Thursday night this week with the Rockwood Tigers. It doesn't mean a thing as far as playoff goes. You know, it's no implications on that. It's just an opening game against a very good physical Rockwood football team.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, it's not a region game, so it doesn't matter with playoffs there, but it's an important game because it's the first game, it's an in-county rivalry, it's the two green teams in the county, so I mean, you always want to come out on top of that. So we're playing it like it's a playoff game. It is for us, and when you've got a young team, you can't tell them, well, this game's not as important as this game. Each game is as important as the other one, and we're looking at it like this is a playoff game as far as we're concerned.
You go into this ball game with a young quarterback, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's sophomore, Skyline Lyle. Loves to run the football, and this kid runs your offense very, very well, and we've seen a lot of that in the jamboree, but he's subject to take off any time. But you run that spread offense, got some good receivers, Jake Woody, some more of those kids that are out there. Tell us a little bit offensively what we're going to see from you.
We're going to try to get the ball in as many hands as we can. I mean, Sky at quarterback, he does have the ability to run, but he's not the offense. There's about 4 or 5 other guys that we want to touch the ball, and we want to get them into space and see if they can get something to happen. The spread's kind of designed to, people think it's to pass and to get it out. We're getting it everywhere. We want to run it in the middle. We want to run it outside. We want to do all kinds of different things with it.
You're like a lot of these Class A teams. You got a lot of kids going to have to go both ways tomorrow and the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's a big thing that we're looking at, and especially in these early games, early in the game, is get them some rest if we can. Try to get younger kids coached up so that they can come in for a play or two just to kind of help them out.
Let's talk about the district you're in. Redistrict, you come right back into the district with some teams. As a matter of fact, 3 out of the top 10 from last year. You got Coalfield, you got Harriman, Greenback, Oneida, Midway, Sunbright, and Jellicoe. 2 good football teams are going to be left out of the playoffs come the end of the year.
They are. It's one of those where you look at it and you've got the defending runner-up 1A. You've got in Coalfield. You've got Oneida, who was in the quarterfinals, I think in 2A. You've got Greenback, who's just loaded, and they're always good. Harriman is probably, it's that team that everyone's going, I don't know, but they're going to be a great team this year. Sunbright, they stomped us last year, so that's something that we've got to remember. Then us and Jellicoe, we're down there, we're going to fight, try to get in that playoff position.
Jellicoe is a team that a lot of folks have just kind of written off and said, okay, we're going to play them as homecoming, but that's not necessarily true with Jellicoe because the program is coming up, and 7 teams out of that district, all of you have got a chance to compete and make the playoffs. And there's some perennial powers in there, but you know that. But Midway through the years has been right there and been a perennial power also. Seth, you got a lot of competition in that district coming up. Your thoughts on it?
Definitely tougher than it's been in years past, but I think it's fine. As long as we play hard and play good like we've done, I know I can.
I like this kid's attitude, Coach. He's ready to go, and I think that feeds off to the other kids also. I know you've got a TV show that you got to do. Jody, any questions from you?
Good luck, Coach.
I appreciate
Welcome
it.
to Roane County.
I appreciate it.
And we really mean that, and we just kind of do this. And I know you've got a TV show, but we'll see you tomorrow night,
Yes, sir.
and I'll have a few more questions tomorrow night. and pregame and postgame. All right, guys, thank you very much. Coach Ryan Mitten, midweight, Seth Collier, that little fella that you see over here, that's going to anchor that left guard position. So we're excited about it, and thank you for being a part. Join us every week for our high school football preview right here at Jury Duncan Ford.